Hey everyone, it's Mrs. Martin. Hope you're having a good day. Sorry I'm not able to be there with you today, but I think that you can get this done and you can learn this through this video. So first of all, you're supposed to do test corrections by the end of the day today. I am going to push that to Monday so you can have an extra weekend here since I'm not there today. And we're just going to go ahead and jump in with this lesson. So we've been working on using the tangent ratio to solve for different sides of a triangle, but now we're going to apply it to some word problems. Okay, so Lindy gets nosebleeds whenever she is more than 300 feet above the ground. During the class field trip, her teacher asked if she wanted to climb to the top of the Statue of Liberty. Since she does not want to get a nosebleed, she decided to take some measurements to figure out the height of the torch of the statue. She found a spot directly under the torch and then measured 42 feet away and determined that the angle up to the torch was 82 degrees. Her eyes are 5 feet above the ground. Okay, so we're going to start by drawing this picture, and I'm a terrible artist. Some of you are going to love this because you can draw great, but I am not, so no judgments, please, okay? So her eyes are 5 feet above the ground. Always start with that person, okay? So we're going to start with the person here and looking at her eyes. They're 5, and I'm going to label this 5 feet right here. All right, and she's going to be looking up at this Statue of Liberty. Okay, I'm just going to Okay, so something like this. Okay, so she's looking up at the torch at the top of the Statue of Liberty. And it says, first of all, she found a spot directly under the torch and then measured 42 feet away. Okay, so from here to the Statue of Liberty is 42 feet. The hardest part and the part that I want to make sure that you pay the most attention to is the label of how these are labeled. So this is in feet, this is in feet. And so whenever we find the other triangle, that answer is also going to be in feet. If you have one thing in inches and one thing in feet, you need to convert the feet into inches. So we'll get to one like that. The angle up to the torch. So we're going to draw a straight line. Always draw a straight line from her eyes to whatever it is that you're measuring. So straight line goes there. Don't go from the feet. Always go from the eyes. And then we're going to go up to the torch, and that's an 82-degree angle. And we need to figure out how tall the Statue of Liberty is so that we can figure out if it's more than 300 feet above the ground. So this is just a tangent ratio because this is our right angle here. This is my tan, so I'm going to do tan 82. Always put the 82 with the angle with the tan. Then I'm going to go across here. That's going to be my x over 42. This is just what we were doing yesterday. So I'm going to make that a fraction over 1, and I'm going to cross multiply this. X times 1 is x, and then 42 times tan 82. I'm going to put in my calculator. Okay, 42 times tan 82 is 298 we'll just round this to 8 since we are just talking about a word problem when we're trying to figure out the answer. All right, so from the torch down to where her eyes are is 298.8. We're trying to figure out how high above the ground, so we need to add in this extra part right here, which is her height. So we're going to add in her height here. So 298 plus 5, 303.8, and our answer is in feet because it is asking how high up the Statue of Liberty is, and since everything is in feet, we need to make sure we label our final answer in feet. And that's more than 300 feet above the ground. So the question is, should she climb to the top or will she get a nosebleed? She will get a nosebleed. Okay, if you need to pause it, go ahead and pause it now. Just make sure everybody is finished with this. All right, so what you have to do, you have 3 more situations. I'm going to do 1 more with you, okay? And I think that you'll be able to do 2 on your own. If not, the teacher will have the answer key so that the teacher can help you today. For each situation below, draw and label a diagram. Write and solve an equation to find the indicated measurement. Show all steps of your work neatly and label your final answer. Note, in situations like these, a clinometer is the tool used to measure the slope angle or angle of slant. So there's actually a tool that you can use to measure your angle if you're looking up at. Okay, Joe, whose eye height is 74 inches, okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and start with drawing Joe. All right, here's Joe. His eyes from here to here are 74 inches. Is standing 48 inches. Okay, just to point this out, these 2 little markings like this is inches. This is inches. If it says like 5 with 1 little marking, that means feet. Okay, so 2 is inches and 1 is feet. So he's standing 48 inches from a house. So his eyes, I'm going to draw a straight line to a house over here. Okay, and that's 48 inches. I'll just go ahead and write inches to that house. So remember, we always go from the eyes, a straight line to whatever we're looking at. He looks up at the bottom of the window. Okay, so there's a window up here. And he's looking up to the bottom of the window. It doesn't have to be a perfect drawing, just to get us the idea of what this is. At a 21-degree angle. So this is 21 degrees. And it says, how far is the bottom of the window from the ground? Well, first we're going to figure out how far the bottom of the window is to his line of eyesight. So I'm going to put the X right here. We can see our right triangle. And then we'll add in his height after we find this. So we're going to do tan of the angle equals, we're going to do X because it's the opposite, over 48 because it's the adjacent. Put that over 1, cross multiply. 1 times X is X. 48 times tan 21 is what I'm going to put in my calculator. 48 tan 21, 18.4. Okay, I'm just rounding to 1 because this is a word problem. Okay, we don't have to be so specific here. So this is 18.4 from the bottom of the window to his line of eyesight, but it's asking from the bottom of the window to the ground. So we're going to have to add in this extra 74 inches. So this is in inches and this is in inches. So we're going to change that. We're going to add this 74 inches. So plus 74, 92.4 inches. And that would be your final answer. Oh, it does say round your final answer to the nearest 1/10 of an inch. So there we go, 0.4. Okay, so now what you're gonna do with your group, because you're probably gonna need somebody to talk through this, is that you are going to do situation 2, 3, and then do these 2 practice problems here. When you are finished, you will get your homework. And then when there's about 10 minutes left in class, your teacher will give you the quiz that I said that you are going to have today. So everybody will get that 2-question quiz. Make sure you realize that you should not be talking during the quiz and you should not be looking at other people's because everybody's going to have a different quiz. Keep that in mind. Thank you. I hope you have a great day. And there is homework tonight, 415 homework. So when you're done with the quiz, you can go back to working on that. Have a good day.